What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in. Open opinion with Godfrey. Let's talk about it. Well, where should we start with Damar Hamlin, the situation that just happened with Buffalo Bills and the Bengals on Monday Night Football? Something that all witnessed. I was tuning in watching the game. Um, but the first and foremost, let's just start here. Prayers goes out to his family and his loved one. We pray that he pulled through the situation, the critical situation is in right now, conditions, and he make full recovery so he can get back to playing the game that he loves. Um, it's just unfortunate, but this is something that can happen to anyone. So we're praying for the brother, full recovery and everything else. Now, with all being said, it's always this kind of time when people come out of the woods and start talking about NFL safety. You know, it's unfortunate. A very freak, accident, injury. And like I said, it could happen to anyone at any time, any game, any moment. And things like this do happen once in a while. You see, something, happen that just so surprising and so shocking that people don't know what to make of it because it's unusual and it's, and this is, when I realized it was something bigger than just a normal injury. When you see, grown men that's supposed to put a mask every day, every time before they step on the field, crying on the field like a baby. that is a great sign of telling you that this is not normal. I went to the bathroom, I got back, and they keep, of course, showing the replay, and it was hard to watch. It was hard to watch, but that goes to show also the brotherhood on the NFL and how those guys really stand by each other, kneeling and praying for the brother, all in tears, emotions coming out, letting their faces down. For the love of the game and just knowing the game. Ain't no crying around here. Okay, but as you can see, it was total opposite of what we practices off and on the field. And it was sad to watch. It's just there's no other way to put it. But to me, it kind of just the love for the game this grown men have and for one another, even though they play against each other and them near trying to kill each other every play. But at the end of the day, it's a game. Okay. So let's just touch on safety. It takes a tragic event for us to kind of talk about something that we should be, kind of sitting on and talk about every day. But of course, you can't talk about same thing every day. So every time when somebody die or something bad happened to someone, to something, like shootings and stuff like that, that's when we always want to come back to the table and talk about, events and things like this. But to come out here and say, and not everybody, of course, everybody have different opinion, but, to say that the game is not safe, I kind of have a mixed feeling on that, because things like this do happen, freak of nature, if you want to call it, things that happens that no one or nobody have an explanation for it, and you can step on the field, whether you're playing soccer or hockey or football, for instance, basketball, and things happen, out of anyone's control. But we can't then just start saying that the game is not safe. You know, I can argue that the game is safer than it was 10 years ago, from equipment to all this new technology and study they have done, and just even the way we place the calls, the flags that they threw on different calls that they didn't used to throw them back in the days. So definitely the game is safer, and they're trying everything to do to improve that. I'm not an advocate for, I'm not a spokesperson for NFL, but I'm just speaking from the point of view of that, just because something like this happened, and we can just sit here and start saying how unsafe the game is, I just don't think that's fair, And, if we just take a look at the play, I thought that was just a regular, good old tackle, well played. He got up, he was ready to go for another until he realized he couldn't, and then obviously you saw what happened next, But there's no way, I don't see how you can protect that any or make that play any safer, unless if you want to change the game completely and remove tackling and body contact and all that good stuff that we all love the game for. You see, so what? Who do we blame then? Who do we blame? You see, because you look at the situation, you look at the play, you look at the aftermath. Definitely we can, talk about protocols and, and how they wanted to continue the game after what just happened, and how, every man on the field was crying and, wanted to pretend like, oh, let's just keep going. That was just a 5-minute break. That was a water break, guys. Let's go. 2 minute warning. Let's keep going and finish up the game. Then they're definitely wrong for that, But as far as the game being safe, I just we can talk about things like concussion and stuff like that. But it's unfortunate about Mr. Hamlin. I want to say this is probably something that maybe he wasn't aware of, or maybe he was, but as guys, especially, guys who are trained to put a macho on and, I'm tough type of persona. Maybe he was told to go get checked out and he never did. There's a lot of stories out there where guys, they clearly know something is wrong with them, but they don't take care of it until that day where, something snaps, something break, or something goes wrong. And then, in the back of their mind, it's like, whoa, I should have done this. I should have done this differently. Well, now it's too late. You're paralyzed down from the waist down, or, whatever. You have a, broken leg, or, damn near die in the middle of the field because of cardiac arrest. So who do we blame? Who do we? Okay, take a look at the situation and say, do we blame the NFL? Do we blame the team? Maybe they knew about the situation, but hey, go out there and play anyway. You're supposed to be a tough guy. Or do we blame Mr. Hamlin and not, please don't take this wrong, but I still gotta say it. Do we blame him for maybe he knew? But because, of course you gotta put food on the table, so you gotta suit it up and go out there. Trust me. You talk to a lot of guys out there, there's people go out there knowing damn well they're sick, they're injured, but, you look at the check, you're like, well, if I don't go out there, then, what's gonna happen? So it's something to kind of, sit back and take a look at the overall picture rather than just saying the game is not safe. Because if they keep, changing how these guys play, football won't be football no more. It's just, it will change the game. The game won't be the same. But is that what we want? Or should we just get rid of football and just say it's not safe, so don't play? For soccer guys, people fall on the ground all the time. All that running around and excuse me, and you don't realize maybe you have a condition or whatnot, and next thing you know, you're laying down on the field and you can't breathe, and they have to put things in your mouth to protect, to try to prevent you from, rolling back your tongue and so forth. We've seen all that kind of things. Now, is soccer unsafe? It's more safe than football, I can say that, but sports is just sport. Even some contactless sport, things can still happen. So it's important we take a look at that, the overall picture, and rather than just say every time somebody get, injured or some freaky tragic event happen, first thing we jump, or the conclusion we jump to, is that football is not safe. Okay, so anyways, so what what do you guys think? What to do next? Do they change the rules on how to tackle? And I'm actually asking this from like a genuine, I would like to know you guys' point of view, because that play, it was a clear tackle to me. He grabbed the guy. Maybe he was coming in hot. Normally they are running around, 100 miles per hour trying to run you over. But that's normal, and the contact was there, of course. Did he land weird? Not really. He landed just, not normal, I would say. And that tackle probably have done it over and over in his, entire life. So it's not like something new. But it just happened to be that day, that time, that tackle, that play. His heart gave up on him. You see? So, really just want to know what you guys think. Or should they just go from, no tackle, just two-hand touch football, like what we do in the streets around Thanksgiving time? Or, like what do how you make this part safer? I understand the concussion and all that stuff, but this part right here, they went away from, touching the quarterback after he made his throw, and so many other things, but this was just like a regular play to me. And then this is why I want you guys' opinion, to see what your thoughts are, and let's talk about it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. We'll see you on the next one.